That is so dangerous. As if you're going to invite someone into your car when it's that.
So him and his colleague are actually chatting. There's some new lunch place in the neighbourhood that's opened up.
What a fucking exciting time.
Yeah, and so they're chatting about it, and the colleague goes, let's drive down there at lunchtime in our lunch break.
Yeah, nice.
I'll drive us down and we'll go check out the new place.
That's a big commitment at lunchtime, I think, thinking about like driving somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you kind of like always just go to the closest place because, you know, you don't want to get in your car and fuck around.
So Nick goes, oh, yeah, okay, it's a bit exciting.
That is exciting, I think.
So it gets, it's 11:59, it ticks over to 12, and they're like, are we fucking doing this?
Here we go.
We're going to that new lunch place. So Nick gets into his colleague's car, and then Nick says it was an older Volvo sedan. It was dusty. There was some food wrappers on the floor of the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of stuff, it was already a bit like, okay.
Do we know the age of the person whose car it was?
We do not.
Because if it's an older Volvo, I'm like, did they get that from their mum? Or have they had it for ages?
Now that you put it that way, it definitely feels like it's been passed down in the family, or they've bought it very second, third, fourth hand.
Yeah.
Down the chain.
So they're probably younger, I reckon.
Well, there's a sentence coming up which may suggest they're pretty fucking young and really not smart.
Oh.
After we take off a bit, says Nick, I noticed that something looked a little bit off on the dashboard. The gas needle was way below empty. But he didn't mention it or seem concerned. Would you say something?
Well, I would, because I would take the piss. I'd be like, bro, fucking like running the gauntlet on that, eh?
Yeah.
Like, and you would go, fuck, mate, it's like, I know my car.
Yeah.
People that run their car on
this
empty.
I wouldn't say that.
No, but people that run their car on empty go, I know my car, it's all good. Or, nah, I know that it's got an extra 5Ks when it says it doesn't, that kind of thing. But if I just jumped into someone I work with's car who I don't know, I don't think I'd say anything. But I would be panicking in my head being like, fuck, are we going to break down and I can't get that new sandwich.
Yep.
I'm going to be late back to the office. I've got a meeting in 45 minutes. Yeah, I'll get in trouble.
So Nick doesn't say anything. But he's sort of starting to ask those questions in his mind, and he's suddenly this lunch trip's getting a little more stressy than it probably needed to be.
Right? You go, fuck, I should have just got the Macca's. It's right next door.
So he notices that the fuel thing is right down past empty. Mm-hmm. But then he notices the rest of the dash. None of the needles were moving. The speedometer said we were going 0 kilometers. There were no revs per minute, no engine temperature, not even the display of an odometer was working. I asked him what was going on, and he said, oh, yeah, it's just a thing. I think there must have been some water damage. Like, the dash doesn't work.
What? Yeah.
I became flapped and had 100 follow-up questions.
That is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But also, as if you're going to invite someone into your car when it's that fucked. You like...
It's inviting me into a death trap.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what are you doing for lunch? Want to come and get murdered?
Yeah. Oh, did you want to come to my house for dinner? Yeah, 70 piranhas live there. I don't know. Do you want to come swimming with me? Yeah, I know this place where there's heaps of sharks. You interested?
So Nick starts getting a bit twitchy.
Yeah. Oh, I would be like, oh my God, that's Nick calling from the office. Nick's boss's name is Nick.
Nick.
I think I've got...
They work at Nickelodeon. They're all
Nick. Yep, I'll be back there in 1 minute. You know what, bro? You let me out here. I'll sprint back to the office. Could you get me a sandwich? Oh, it's on me. And I'd give him my card.
And then you quit your job and move to South America.
And I'd get in my car that functions and drive away.
He goes, so how do you know when you need to fill up with gas if you don't have a thing?
Great question. I would have started with, how do you know how fast you're fucking going, dickhead?
Well, which question would you like to answer? Actually, let's start with the gas because Nick goes through all of the questions.
Oh,
He's done great research.
Nick, great producer brain. Thank you.
He said, I have no clue how many kilometers I've got left in the tank, but I drive to work every day and a few things on the weekend. Before the gas tank gauge stopped working, I used to fill up once a week. So now I just fill up on Fridays.
If that was me, I know that you're not asking, but if that was me, I'd get fuel every day because I'd be like, just in case, like, I know that I'm never going to be short then.
For me, says Nick, the most important question was speed.
Thank you, Nick. Yep.
And believe it or not, This is only now the best and worst and most concerning and most strangely exciting part of the story. As we're driving down the street, still moving in the car, he looks at me dead in the eye, so takes his eyes off the road and stares at him in the passenger seat and says, "Oh yeah, I played a bunch of Need for Speed when I was a kid, so I kind of just know how fast I'm going at all times."
I played Mickey Mouse Mad Scientist. Yeah, I've actually won a fucking Nobel Prize. I've watched a cooking show. Yeah, I could open a restaurant. I've drunk a coffee before. I could roast my own beans. What the fuck?
I think
You don't know. You don't know is what I'll say to that. You don't know at all. In Need for Speed, I'm pretty sure that around the corner you can drive straight and the game tilts for you. Like, I don't even think you need to steer.
Until now, I was like, oh, this guy's just a blasé and he is who he is and whatever. But it's this moment that I've gone, hang on a second, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep. No.
Nick said, as soon as this happened, I was terrified and had to message you right away.
I'm really glad that we're people's first port of call when they're in a flapped scenario. That's like next fucking level.
Do you reckon the army would let me in because I've played James Bond on Nintendo 64?
Well, I'm actually a black belt because I played Mortal Kombat on the weekend. So...
You need me to finish him?
Yeah.
Got you covered, bro.
Finish him.